dev stream. Going to be working on some dwarfs today. Last time I streamed, which I forgot to record, we finished up these 5 abilities for the dwarfs. Today we're going to go through and keep working on some of the low-hanging fruit, the stuff that's easy to get done. So I think we're going to start off with phalanx training for the dwarf iron phalanx unit. So if we take a look here at our dwarf with his spear, let's see here. Alright, here's our script, and this is passive with a passive take update. We're missing the effect prefab, which is pretty standard for these fixes. Let's see here, under dwarfs, no, here it is, iron phalanx. Phalanx training, there we go. Okay, looks good. Let's go ahead and take a look at that script and see if all of our code looks right. Let's see here, doability, got the effect prefab. We don't need to call this anymore. Begin cooldown or ability completed. Now this, we can turn that into a custom check. I think there's an example ability we can look at. Let's see here. If you look at the human priest and the heal script, yeah, we've got this here. Passes custom activation check. Also, I'm not getting my IntelliSense here for some of this stuff, so I'm going to close this. I need to actually open the solution. RTS. Where's the solution? Alright, let's get back to that script. We're looking at phalanx training. So, we only really want to do this ability. Alright. So if we have allies, so it's not null, and allied count is greater than 0, we'll try to true. I just think this is a little bit cleaner if we put the else there. Alright. Actually, this isn't all of our check. We still need to check to see if there's other iron phalanx units nearby. Okay. So we'll invert that check there. So that way we're checking already to see if, so the way this ability is supposed to work is if there's other iron phalanx units around, he gets a buff. Now the way I have it right now is if there's more iron phalanx units around, he gets that many buffs. I don't think that's entirely necessary. I think we could make that. Let me see what the description for the ability says. When near other Iron Phalanx soldiers, gain the Phalanx training buff. Okay, so we didn't say specifically that it should work exactly like this. So when the ability triggers, all we really need to do is just add the buff, and it can stack up to 3 times. It doesn't really matter how many of them are nearby. Yeah, this isn't necessary at all. This is the old way that I used to do it. So we don't need to check any of this stuff. So we've got our check here up in the custom activation check. And so all we need to do is apply the buff to ourselves. Yeah, that's fine. And then, so it stacks up to 3 times. So if we make the buff last, I don't know, 10 seconds, and then we update this every 3 seconds, then, you know, you got a second of leeway there. But basically, as long as you're near your other units, they'll all stack up to 3 stacks. So that's fine. Okay, looks good to me. It's so good to be working on this project again. And it feels good streaming the development as well. Alright, let's see here. Do custom activation check. So if we do that, that'll call this. That's nice. It is instant cast. I really should have made that the top one a long time ago. We're going to do the cooldown in 3 seconds. And then let's go to the buff. So that would be Phalanx training here. And we're going to change that duration, make it 10 seconds. Stacks up to 3 times. Yep, everything else looks fine. Physical ability, radius 5. That's fine with me. Okay, let's go ahead and save that. And I think we can go ahead and test this as soon as we change our testing loadout here. So we don't need Thunderers, we were testing those last time. We do need multiple Iron Phalanx units, so we'll just give ourselves a bunch there. And that should be everything we need. Alright, so that's done reloading. Let's go ahead and get the game server up and our client. Should hopefully launch at the same time. Come on. There we go. So we can already see that all of our guys have the buff here. But we can see that it's flickering between 2 and 3 stacks. Now, if I take this guy and move him away, so he's going to lose his stacks one after the other, after the other. Oh, he's still getting it. Still getting his stacks. That's interesting. So he's pretty far away. I don't know why he's still getting the buff. Let's see if we have our range check in here. Radius, yeah. So we're getting all alive allied units within radius, within distance. We're checking to see if oh, okay. And so this function, does this function include us? It does include us. So the reason this is triggering is because we're actually just checking on ourselves and not on other Iron Phalanx units. So we'll have to fix that. Alright, so we can do that up here. Okay, so x such that x not equal this unit, and unit type is Iron Phalanx, so that's good. That looks right to me. Let's give that a shot. Always testing everything just to make sure it works. Alright, so our client is connecting to the game server now. There we go. Alright, so they're getting their stacks from the effect. Good, but let's see if this guy loses his stacks as he moves away. Yeah, there we go. So because there's no other units near him, he's going to lose those stacks. If we put these two guys together, they'll each have, they will both go up to 3 stacks because of that phalanx training. I feel like we need to make that duration a little bit longer so there's more overlap there. And I think we can maybe change the effects so that it only needs to stack up to twice. So we'll buff that a little bit. Let's see here. So here's our dwarf. Let's change this to stacking up to 2 times. And then we'll increase this to 10 armor, 10% block chance, and I'm going to get rid of the bonus range here, bonus attack range. So it's just purely a defensive ability. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Okay. So we'll apply that to the prefab there, then we'll go to our phalanx training. We're going to increase the duration just to 15 right there. Stack it up to 2 times, and then let's see here, stat changes, 1, 2, 3, block chance, attack range, and armor. So we'll drop one of those. This one's going to go to armor. 10, and that's 5 block chance. Good. Oh, this is 10 block chance, right? I had that 10 block chance. Let's see here. Yeah, so all in all, you know what, that seems like a bit too much. Let's make this 7 point. No. No, let's keep it at 10% block chance. That's fine. That's fine. I'm overthinking this. So let me see. What did I have this at? 10 and 10. That's fine. So we'll have to update the tooltip. Come on. 10 armor. 10% block chance. There we go. Hit save. And let's run that one last time, and that should be it for this one. So let's see, that's probably done. So what am I going to do next? I think I'm going to rework Saffron Potion. I think I know what I want to do there. Alright, stacking up to 2 times, good. Good. The tooltip isn't updated because I didn't rebuild the client side, but yeah, that's done. Alright, now let's get rid of a really old and silly ability called Saffron Potion. We're going to head over to our testing map because this one's going to require some visual updates. So, let's see here. One of the things that I want to do, first of all, is rename the ability. Right, so this is on the Dwarf Runesmith. So let's get him over here. And we're looking for this script right here. Now, I can just go ahead and rename that. Let's see here, scripts, Saffron Potion. Let's see. So the idea right now, what the ability does is it restores mana, which I thought was going to be more useful when I first started this project, but no one's ever used it in any of the testing, so yeah. We already used Saffron Potion. So I think what I'd like to do is have him automatically drink a potion when he gets low on health, and it gives him some kind of like defensive buff. I still want to tie it into rocks or minerals. Let's go with Flask of Crystals. No, that's not quite right. Let's see here. Let's see. Looking for some kind of gem that is very hard. Let's see here. Topaz, quartz, feldspar, fluorite, gypsum. Okay, I see. This is actually kind of a cool article. Oh, so I can actually use sapphire It is a fairly hard gem. So we'll keep the name of it, we'll just change the effect. That's fine. That actually makes my life a little bit easier. So we really want it to do kind of the same thing, except we want it to trigger on health loss, not on mana loss. So let's see here. Sapphire Potion. And we want to listen to, so if it is enabled ability, unit events, unit took damage. Let's see here. Do I have another one? Let's see here. Unit. Let's see. Healing dealt. Blocked, collision, no. Yeah, I think took damage is fine. That's going to give me what I need. Let's go ahead and rename this so it matches the rest of our conventions. Alright, and we need a, not mana percent trigger, we need a health percent trigger. Good. And then basically we're going to copy our code here, and we're just going to change this from unit stats from mana, health, max health. Yeah, so once they drop below a certain amount of health, which I think I'll keep it at like 40%, and then make the buff really strong. So that's fine. So that's fine. We also have to consider the possibility that he could have gotten one shot. So I guess we should do a death check here. I wonder. No, we'll just leave it for now. There's no reason to preemptively fix things we don't know are broken. Hey, buddy. You are the best cat. Yes, you are. Alright, let's see. So right now, I want to do a kind of an effect that plays off of the skin. Oh man, do I still have multiple? Oh, this is gonna suck. Yeah, so all this stuff is still separate. Oh, I'm gonna have to combine all this in Maya. Oh, it's been such a long time. Let's see here. Oh, do I even have Maya installed? Nope. Fantastic. Okay. So we're going to mock that for now, and we'll come back to it. But there was an effect that I wanted to do. Let's see here. How did I do that on the demon? Or were there any other abilities that I did that on? No. I think I did it on that demon. Yeah, let's see here. It was the Hellcaster, this one right here. So the Hellcaster has a glowing skin effect. So if we turn on our testing camera, so we'll turn on that demon. It's going to give me a bunch of errors, that's fine. But yeah, we can see that that glowing skin effect is there. So I want to do something similar for that dwarf. And then we'll put a particle effect on top of that. It's too bad that's not playing. Oh, there it is. There we go. We just had to enable the camera effects. So all it is really is taking the skinned mesh renderer. Let's see here. So we'll take our main body here. And, oh man, that's all broken up into individual pieces. Oh, then that just sucked. Could have sworn I downloaded or installed Maya. Let's see, it might be on this USB here. Nope, that's the other one. Maybe it's on this one. Yeah. There we go. I'm just gonna have this going in the background. Do I have it? No, I guess not. Fantastic. Okay. So the problem I'm running into is that I want to do an effect for the entire skin, but every single one of these pieces of this dwarf is separate. So I need to recombine everything in Maya. Let me see if I have this at work. So basically that's what happens when you work in Maya but don't really know Maya. I've since been fixing a lot of these models, but this one's still, well, probably all the dwarfs are still in pieces. Let's see, what version am I using? Features. So I'm using 2017 Maya. Alright, so in the meantime, I think what I can do is just set up a mock particle effect. So we'll do a particle system for this runesmith here. Is that right? that's not his center. Oh, did I move the model? Yeah, I did. So let's move all this over here. Alright. So we're going to center that. We're going to do a shape sphere. That's fine. Let's go ahead and stretch this up a little bit and then bring the overall size down so it's a little bit more oval. We want to emit from the shell. We're going to emit really small particles with no speed. There we go. Now I have a huge collection of particle effects. Let's see here. I must have one that has like a flash, an animated flash. Let's see here. No, it's not there. Let's see here. Is it in here? No, that could work maybe. Let's see here. Water slash, so many slashes. Oh, this could work. So we'll make it pop in and out. Yeah, I think that works. Okay, so we'll use that material. So we'll go to the renderer and we'll plug that in. And we're going to do a texture sheet animation. And the lifetime is going to be pretty short on this. And then we're going to do size over lifetime. And we're going to have this peak and then come back down. I need to create a key there. There we go. And these could be in the bottom. Okay, it's not bad. So let's hide that shape so you can see. Okay, looks good, not bad. We're going to randomize that particle size and bring it up a little bit. So 0.2 to 0.4. We're going to randomize the start rotation. There we go. I think that could be a little bit bigger because that's probably hardly noticeable from the game camera. Yeah, you can barely see that. So we'll do 0.4 to 0.8. Yeah, that's much better. And then we'll reduce that lifetime a little bit more. Yeah, I like that. And then let's do rotation over lifetime. There we go. So we get a little twist in there. And then bring the emission up. Yeah, I like that. Maybe we'll have these vary just a little bit more. So we'll raise the extremes on both ends. Yeah, that looks good. I like that. And then on top of that, we're going to do a glow. So let's see here. We'll center this. Set this just to 1. So we'll call this diamond sparkle. And we'll call this diamond glow. Oh, that's right. This is going to be a saffron potion, so maybe we should tint this a little bit blue. So we'll have this range from like a light blue to more of a bluish blue. Yeah, that's better. So this should be we'll just go with glow and sparkle. Okay, so we'll do speed 0, no shape, And I've already got a glow here that looks pretty good. So we'll bring that rate down, but we'll bring the size up. Now that's going to be way too bright at the start. So we'll bring that transparency down. Why does that look like it's, yeah, that's the, there we go. Now that's still probably, so we'll make that vary a little bit between 2 and 2.5. Lifetime of 3. Color over lifetime. We're going to have this fade in and fade out. So we'll start with, oops, we'll start with no opacity, fade in, fade out. And I actually want to make this a preset. There we go. Looks good. So now we'll keep it as 2, bring that down to 2, 2.5, 4. And then let's bring that glow back a little bit. Now I think I want to tint this a little bit darker. So because of how short this dwarf is, it looks like we are clipping a little bit with the ground. So I'm going to bring the extreme down a little bit. And we can move this effect up. Actually, we'll move it up together with this one. There we go. So now this is what this looks like. That's not bad. I think I can bring that glow minimum down, so we'll do like 1.8. So now our glow should be more pulsing, you know, now. So I think the lifetime on this should come down to make it pulse a little bit faster. Looks good, looks good. Okay. Yeah, looks good. I like that. Maybe we'll make the glow just a little bit more prominent. And yeah, that's fine. There we go. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so we can add that to the effect. And since we're waiting on other stuff, we can also, okay, so here is Saffron Potion. There's the effect. And it has a particle system on it. Look at how terrible that is. God, that's awful. So we'll take these two and we'll put those up here. And now what do we want this to do? We probably just want to reduce all damage taken by a ton. Let's see. I'm thinking, since it only triggers once, I don't know, something like 90% physical and 60% magic resist for, I don't know, 15 seconds. Let's see here. Okay, it's 2 stat changes, so that's going to be physical damage received and magic damage received. Now, I forget how I did this. Let's see here. Let's see. Greater Resurrect. So that's how we do minus 25%. Okay, I see. So that'll be minus 90% and minus 60%. Apply and remove. This no longer regenerates mana. minus 90% physical, and it's actually in regular terms it'd be 90% physical, 60% magic damage reduction. We don't have any incremental effects, so we can just get rid of that. And now we just need to reserialize our prefab. Let's see, where are you, Sapphire Potion? There you are. And then we can go ahead and change the text here. 40% health, consume a potion of sapphire crystals to reduce physical damage taken by 90% and magic damage taken by 60% for 15 seconds. And the reason all of that stuff's in brackets is because when we look at the tooltip, those numbers will be bolded and changed to a different color to make the numbers really kind of pop. And we need to change this to 0.4, and we need to relink our effect prefab. There we go. It's not passive, it is triggered. We don't need a tick interval anymore, it's instant cast. Looks good, looks good. So we'll hit apply on that. Let's go ahead and take a look at something else. Okay. So for what it's worth, I guess we can go ahead and test that for now. Or you know what, I could get a head start on this. Let's see here. Since I don't have my model unified here yet, I can just do this for the demon, just to get the material. Do that another time. So let's disable this, and we're going to increase the scale here a little bit. Interesting. Isn't that working? If I increased the size there, that it would increase the size of the offset there. I thought there was a way to do that. Well, we still want to make him glow, so we'll do that anyway. Where's my material? So we'll call this Saffron Potion. Go ahead and slap that on there. So now if we're editing this material, let's see, I've got better ramps than this. Let's see here. All right, let's see. Let's try this one. That's pretty interesting. We want something that's a little bit more like earthy, I guess. Yeah, that's better, kind of. No. I think we'll stick with this one. And we'll just increase the tiling to make it look a little bit more, yeah, like that. That's a bit too much. We want our color to be kind of that light bluish, like that. There we go. I think that's not bad. So basically, I know this looks terrible on the demon, but imagine this on his skin underneath those visual effects. Changing this doesn't seem to change that very much. Yeah. Okay, so we've got our skin effect. We'll save that for another time. Let's go ahead and just test this in the meantime. Interesting. I'm just going to leave that there on the testing map. Actually, I know where the effect is. I'll just fix that later. As long as I have the material done, that's what matters. Alright, let's go back to our game server scene. And we don't need that open anymore. We don't need these Iron Phoenix units. We need a couple of runesmiths. We'll just give ourselves 5 of those, and then we're going to give the humans some crossbows just to make it easier for us to lose health on those units. And then we of course need to enable our ability. So we'll enable Sapphire Potion, but we're also going to disable everything else. Okay, looks good. So let's go ahead and build the client. Let's make sure this is set correctly. Yeah, looks good. Control B. Hey, buddy. And I'm going to take a really, really short break real quick. Alright, I'm back. Alright, let's get back to this. Let's see if we can test that ability. So we're gonna let this load, and then basically all we should do is walk our, oh, interesting. Looks like I left, oh, that's right, it's a basic ability. Oh, I see, I need to fix that first. Okay, well, we gotta fix Gift of the Forge Father first. Gift of the Forge Father, where are you? Forge Father's Blessing, there it is. Okay. So we'll do another custom activation check here. We can take a look at Phalanx Training, which we just did. For reference, where are you? Okay, so we'll do a custom activation check there. And what we're checking for are allied units that don't have the buff. So we can copy, get rid of this. Go. Now we have this construct check in there to make sure that we're not giving this buff to turrets and landmines and things like that. Okay, so we're confident that we have something here. We don't need this cooldown check anymore. Don't need that. And we can just extend this query here. Unit database, da da da. There we go. So all we do is we grab a random ally that doesn't have the buff and we apply it. Pretty straightforward. We're coming up on almost an hour here. God, time flies by. So let's go and pull up another runesmith. And let's look at Forge Father's Blessing. Granting armor and absorbing 30 damage, that's all fine with me. Radius is good. Passive? Yeah, it is passive. It is passive. Let's see here. We do want to cast. don't want to do this while moving. We'll give it a 1.5 second cast time. And we do want to trigger the cast animation. I believe that's what we're looking at here in the animator. Okay, so we need to update that with the new naming convention. Let's see here, the human priest is a good example. So yeah, it's just cast. Begin cast is just cast. And let's see here, I don't think we're using casting anymore, right? No. So we can get rid of that. It's used by transition to casting, end cast, idle, okay. So let's see, from any state to begin cast, that's true. Do we even need that transition? Yeah, it's empty. Is using ability false, okay, that makes sense. So we can drop that parameter right there. Is using ability false, good. And I don't think we need that one either, do we? Yeah, no transition necessary. Let's check the other ones just to make sure. Okay. So any state, am I still doing those? Any state attack. Yeah, we don't need these transitions anymore. We will go to attack from any state, but not these. We want to do is dead false. Begin cast, end cast. Yeah, we can probably get rid of that transition. Yeah, there's none here. So let's see here. To attack is dead false. Is using ability false. Here, cast, good. Looks about like what we've got here. Cast is dead false. Need to add that. And let's see. I think the rest of it's pretty good. Ugh. Should have had a little bit more caffeine. Now, we need the effect, so that would be Forge, or is it Gift of the Forge Father? Here we are. And then, oh man, I probably need to do the casting visual effects. Let's see here, with the new VFX system. So if we look at the human priest, let's see here, standard precast effect. So we're using the smooth VFX manager. Yeah, and we've got this, and that. Okay. We don't want to see that anymore. Okay. Looks nice, doesn't it? Yeah. So we need to update the old dwarf precast. So let's see here. Dwarf precast, here we are. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, we've got some runes. It's not a lot. I have these orbiting, okay. got some blue beams. I don't know. And we've got some blue particles. That's pretty weak. That's pretty weak. We can do better than that. So with the dwarfs, we're going to focus really heavy on runes. So let's get a visual effect that actually does that the way we want. So let's turn the speed down. We're going to do a renderer. We're going to do a mesh. We're going to do sphere. There we go. And for our material, let's see here. I've got a number of runes here. I wonder if this is going to look any good. No, okay, that's not what we're looking for. So I think I want a different mesh. I really want to do this effect the right way. Let's see here, I had a mesh here. Yeah, that looks about like what I want. Although it looks like it's inverted, doesn't it? Oh, give me just a minute. Alright, it looks like my time is slowly running out. Gonna have to make dinner and that kind of thing. Let's see what this looks like if I use this. So it does display on the outside, like I thought it would. Let's see here. If I had something that's a little bit more, yeah, okay. So it does display on the outside and inside. That's actually perfect. So what we can do with that is, I know I had some more runes. Where were they? Where did I put those? Oh, man. Where were those? Fantasy Effect Pack? Is it there? No. Alright, I'm just going to have to put it together myself. So we'll start with these ones. And I can just open that up in Photoshop and we'll just work from there. So first of all, we need a background where we can actually see this. Ah, there's already a glow applied to these. That's unfortunate. Because that's going to make cutting these really hard. Do I have any that don't have the glow? Oh man. Killing me, Smalls. Okay. That's fine. That's fine, right? It's fine. Hack, hack, hack. Hack it all to pieces. So we're just gonna make our own. I wonder if I can just select just the white. If I do my tolerance, yeah, there we go. Maybe if I turn the anti-aliasing off? No, that's still kind of nice. Alright, if I go to another layer and fill that. Does that look decent? Yeah, it looks pretty harsh. If I turn the anti-aliasing off now, it's still pretty harsh. Might have to do this by hand. Oh, what a bummer, what a bummer. Okay. So we'll just rotate these to make them straight for now. Straight-ish. But Max, why don't you just paint your own runes? Because I'm not an artist. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a while. I don't have a good set of runes to use. No, it still looks like dog shit. You can see why they added that glow. Yeah. Makes things a lot smoother. Interesting. There's gotta be an easier way to do this. Some kind of layer conjunction thing. Oh, hey, would you look at that? Oh, isn't that just wonderful? Okay. I wonder if I merge this. Yeah, the glow comes back. Merge these. Yeah, that works. And then I can just delete the black. And I think I got it. Let's see here. Yeah, there we go. So now all I gotta do is turn this into a row. So move that up a little bit. Bring this one up a little bit. And then I'm going to draw myself a little line here to help me guide this. So we'll have all these letters sitting here. So we can just move these runes in. Yeah, this This is gonna be fine. This is gonna be fine. This one looks like a mushroom. And this one looks like a nose. I think we need to rotate this one. That's pretty good for now. So we'll take this, we'll shove it into another layer. I hope that's wide enough. No. That's fine, we'll chop a little bit. Oops. There we go. And then I want to get rid of whatever's on the outside there, so we'll just layer B cut. Get rid of that other one, and then we're going to add that glow back in. Outer glow, white. Increase the size a little bit, and the opacity down. And there we go. And we'll save that in desktop, RTS, assets, particle effects, custom, room band, call it that. Now I might have to rotate that, we'll see. Let's see here, go to custom, create material, room band, and we gotta change this to particles additive, and then we will go ahead and throw that in there, and then we'll assign it to our particle system there. Okay, and it kind of worked. I mean, it's super distorted, but it kind of worked. So I'm guessing if we stretch this, we get our runes, yeah. But like, look at how much space we're actually using, right? Not much. So I wonder if I can trim the transparent ones. Yeah, that fixes it very nicely. Oh, that's perfect. It's perfect. Yeah, I like that. I can even smush it a little bit and make it bigger if I want to. Okay. And so one of the things that I want to do is, let's say we do a lifetime of, one is fine, one is fine. Size over lifetime. So we kind of want this to start halfway, peak, and then fade out a little bit. And then rotation over lifetime, there we go. Color over lifetime. And we'll do start rotation, we'll randomize that. Let's see here. Okay, that's wrong. This axis, no. Yeah, there we go. And then we want this to have a little bit of an orangish glow. And then we can change the rotation to be randomized between, let's say, 25 and 90. And then we change this to like 5, and look at that, we've got this rune spam. It looks pretty cool. So we'll have that surrounding our runesmith. So we'll take a look and see how that looks. It's way too small. So we'll center that on him, unparent it again, and we'll do the start size. There we go. So I think that's where I'm going to leave off for today. I'm going to fix Maya and really get into these abilities again tomorrow. As long as I'm working on this game, I'm going to keep doing developer streams. So if you're watching, or if you're watching the video recording, thanks, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Take care.